and welcome back to Tavern Talk, here in my little spot in the universe. We took a little break because Tales of the Shire came out, but we are back, so let's see what shenanigans our friends are getting up to. Oh, they're back! Hi, friends. Good morning. Good morning, Millie. Good morning, Blaze. What have you both been up to today? Oh, you know, dilly-dallying and such. I was not dilly-dallying. He was. It goes well with the brooding. Sounds like a wonderful morning. Agreed. Can I offer you both something to drink in these early hours? Yes, please. Can you make me something smart and sparkly? Can do. Sparking Nebula. 1, 2, 3 intelligence. And the 1, 2 charisma. Okay, yeah. He has a little reaction. That's so cute. Ding. A fresh brew of smart sparkles. Thank you. This is just the right amount of sparkle. As long as it's not glitter. There is no glitter allowed in this household. It gets freaking everywhere. Happy to hear that. Blaze, what can I get you? Nothing. Alright. So has the cape found its way back home yet? Yes. The vampire was thankful, if melancholic. It seems to have awakened memories of old woe. He seemed pretty excited to me. He should be. It fits him well. Almost like it was made for him. It was very interesting seeing a vampire in person. His fangs were shorter than I thought they would be. I expect them to be the size of a colossal saber-toothed tiger's fangs, but they were much tinier. A common misconception. Where did you find him? At the local Gaia temple. It got split in the middle by a fallen star. That sounds morbidly interesting. It was! God, Millie is so cute. I overheard some priests say they are thinking about rebuilding the temple around it because it looks kind of cool. And people like distinct temples. They do. The vampire was traveling with a really nice dwarf and a holy woman of Cassiopeia. I am aware. They were here. They were asking around to see if the priest knew anything about the star rain. Did they? No. I could have told them that 2 days ago. But while we were sneaking around and listening in, we overheard the strangest conversation. Turns out, Alithia, that's the cleric's name, found out that one of the priests was actually a wobbling ooze in disguise. What? Scandalous. I know, right? But in the end, it was all okay. The others forgave him, and he promised to try and become a real priest. Oh my goodness. He really loves the humidity in the temple. They all hugged and everything. It was very sweet. I was really happy we could see that from the shadows. We? Me and the mysterious and quiet Blaze. He's my new associate. I am no such thing. It's great to see you two working together so closely. You make a great duo. We are not a duo. Thank you. How did you find the right moment to give Kyle his cape between all of those heightened emotions? We didn't. She got caught. I thought one of the pillars would be big enough to hide behind, but it wasn't. It wasn't a pillar, it was a tall vase. I felt very well hidden when Alethea suddenly asked me if I wanted to stop hiding now. She was paying a lot of attention. I think she noticed me from the very beginning. She's so cool and smart. Did you ask her about her investigation? I did, but she said it was too early to share any insights. Even when I kept asking, she wouldn't budge. So I asked Master Smith Frostgrip to tell me more about the temple's architecture instead. Did you know that its altar was built from 1,000-year-old oak? I didn't. That's fascinating. That's actually fascinating. It is. She also told me I have to work on my stealth, that being small isn't going to be enough. I think she knows from experience. Better not tell her that. Better not. So are you going to work on it? Yes! Blaze is going to show me the ropes. Is he now? Have to. She'll get herself killed otherwise. Sure, just keep telling yourself that. You low-key like her a little bit. That's a very dramatic way to look at things. But also very nice of you. So, would you say your investigation was successful? Kind of. We got to see how clueless the other investigators are and returned the cape to Mr. Vampire. But we didn't find out anything new about the stars. And I didn't even get to see any monsters. I was hoping maybe some would have fallen from the astral sea, and I could have studied them. A dangerous, if very exciting dream. Mostly a foolish one. You think so? Have you met monsters before? What kinds? Do you have favorites? What were the first ones you ever met? Do they try to eat you or be your friend? Oh, that just triggered some memories of some of the kids that I work with. Goodness gracious. Of course I've encountered monsters before. They've been a part of my life for many years. The shadows are full of them. Really? That's scary. Oh, her little tail flopped up. Look at it. It's okay. It's probably not appropriate for me to pet. Of course it is. So the first monsters you ever saw were shadow monsters? No, they were much worse than that. Come on, out with it. What is it? Can I have a drink after all? The words aren't flowing easily. Same as last time? Yeah, you could use another spoken heart there, buddy. Sweet and charismatic. Should have these memorized by now, but I don't. Alright. 3 charisma. 1, 2, 3. A wee bit of attack. A wee bit of defense. Okay, yeah, Under did not have any kind of reaction with Spoken Heart. Interesting. Why is Sparking Nebula special? Ding! A drink, just for you. Thanks. How is it? Fine. That means it's perfect. I was gonna say, I hope it's better than fine, dude. So, where was I? Ah, right. Shadow monsters. Back when I was younger, I had just joined the Shadowbanes and was eager to prove myself. It's said there are great riches far in the depths of Gravelmac, a dangerous mountain range in eastern Fisoa. Why would you do this to me? Hidden treasure troves full of precious gems and gold, and I owed some debts. Hoping to find some jewels, I made my way there, to the darkest of its crevices. Guarding its depths were creatures no one would ever choose to face. Bleak stalkers straight from the Twilight Chasm. Hideous creatures that have every right to be associated with the Nightmare Realm. They typically feed on rocks and gemstones, but they seem to think bones have the same general consistency. I wasn't able to harm them with my mortal weapons, so I distracted them with some of the gems I had managed to pocket earlier. It was a close call. I will never forget their twisted antlers and beak-like snouts. They sound kind of cute. They were not cute. If you say so, maybe one day I'll encounter some. Pray you never will. Ooh, we're unlocked. Oh, this is becoming a mess. Let's organize this a little bit. Strangers come to town. Gravel max. Why is it randomly changing directions? Okay. An unusual amount of undead. Archmage's looking for their familiar. Mary Morgan. Yeah, I just want to be able to see everything somewhat clearly. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. We still haven't opened that letter. Carolyn! Puppet Master. Innkeep, hand me a drink, will ya? Coming right up, Lynn. Any preferences? The usual. Something strong and powerful? Exactly. Southern Brawler. A 1, 2, 3 strength. Some charisma. And some defense. Yeah, no reaction to that one either from Ondu. Fascinating. Ding. Oh, man. Melly still has her drink. Blazes is gone. He was thirsty. Ta-da! A drink. You have a messed up definition of strong. Strength lies in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah, and yours needs a prescription. Say, Innkeep, you got room in that neat little book full of recipes for one more drink? Sure, got one for me? You bet. It's what my Baba used to drink back in the day. My adventure reminded me of it. Sailor's Courage. Oh, okay. So 3 shots of strength, a shot of defense, just like the other one. But this one has a... I just saw the picture. Why does the glass have abs? What is that? Are the top pecs? What is this glass? Good Lord. As I was saying, instead of charisma, this one has a little bit of dexterity. Good God. Thank you, Lynn. So, since you're here in my tavern unharmed and in somewhat good spirits, I'm guessing you survived your encounter with the wyvern Chimera? Or are you a ghost coming back to haunt us? I did, obviously. Congratulations. You encountered a Chimera? Sure did. Lived to tell the tale, too. You're the Chimera. Both. Cool. Are you a beast slayer? I am, though this time no beast was slain. I'm Carolyn. You? Melly, the greatest detective in the whole wide world. And this is my assistant. Your assistant got a name? Malachite? Malachite. I see. So, Melly, you're interested in chimeras? I'm interested in everything. Chimeras especially. If you like, I'll tell you that sneaky innkeep and your punk in crime over there. How I outsmarted one. Yes, please. I would love that. His name changed again. Bro, what is your name? Zephyr, Blaze, Malachite. I would love if right here they just slowly started listing all of the names, and by the end it's just like this freaking long. Be hilarious. Well, all right, strap in tight then. Our friendly innkeep here sent me on a quest to collect some saliva from the Wyvern Chimera in the Quag Mangrove. It's the key ingredient for vampire sunscreen. That makes sense. Sure. The issue is the marshlands, the Chimera's home turf. There's no way I could outfight it in its own domain. So I went the route of trickery. You're welcome. I gave you the drink to help you with that. My Baba always said all the Chimera she encountered enjoyed some good subterfuge. I ain't really the brainy type, but I thought even if I failed, it might be entertaining enough to help me anyhow. Needed to pick a clever approach, of course, so I did the only reasonable thing to do in this situation. I talked to a mouse. A mouse. A mouse. Found one local to the marshland. Offered him a bunch of cheese if he agreed to help me out. It's pretty easy to convince. Why a mouse? Everyone knows chimeras are afraid of mice, dummy. Exactly. I thought if it was scared, it might use its 3 brains less. So I dressed up the mouse in the best wizard regalia I could find and made myself invisible. What does this music change? Interesting. You can do that? Not usually, but the innkeep's drinks come with great perks. They do indeed, though I do not recall granting you invisibility. Yeah, invisibility might be too strong a word. But with the wits I got from your drink, I remembered something. Chimeras have a hard time discerning between different shades of green. Oh, I think I know where this is going. Got quite the hand in camouflage, so I figured I'd put it to good use. I gathered some underbrush, sticks, and leaves, and made some glue from tree resin and spit. Spit? Everything holds together better with spit. Let me jot that down. Sure thing, kiddo. Sorry, just taking a drink of my water. So I put it all together into a cloak of camouflage. Put some mud on my face and was ready to go. Oh, washing that out of your fur must have been awful. So, dressed up in camouflage, the mouse and I, unseen, approached the Chimera. It was resting near a muddy stream, and 2 of its heads were in a deep discussion about the sanctity of canon compliance. What kind of heads did it have? Besides the dragon one, obviously. Classic lion and snake head combo. Of course, all of them heard us approaching. First they seemed curious, but all 3 of them froze up when they saw the mouse. Little thing looked mighty tall with his improvised wizard hat. I stayed right behind him, making his footsteps sound heavy. My camouflage seemed to work. The different shades of green and brown made me blend into the marshy landscape. Did you just lick your nose? Okay. Yep, she just did it again. Licked her nose. From up close, I could see the Chimera trying to hide its fear as the mouse drew near, so I started the show. The mouse, or me, same thing at that point, loudly announced that he was a great wizard, and he had come to collect spell-casting ingredients for his plane-switching spell. He was prepared to fight, but was willing to bargain if the Chimera valued its life. To underline his great power and everything, I even made him float on my invisible hand. Luckily for me, the Chimera was more than ready to take up the offer. My God, I'm picturing it in my head. That's hilarious. Though it did briefly argue with itself on whether fleeing was the better option. The snake wanted to fight, but only until the mouse growled. Or I growled. One and the same, really. So the great mouse stated his conditions in no uncertain terms. 1 bucket of saliva, and in return, he would leave the Chimera in peace forever. Helped a lot that he could summon the bucket out of thin air. Briefly lost my sanity when there was more in-creature arguing, but finally the Chimera agreed. It filled the bucket with plenty of saliva within a disturbingly quick time frame. Happy to have avoided any monumental violence, the mouse wizard and his bucket of valuable Chimera saliva floated away. promising that he would keep his honorable word. What an incredible ruse. That it was. Damn, Carolyn. Guess I got some of my Baba's brains and charm after all. More than some, it seems. Let's not get too carried away. Once we were out of sight, I had to keep up my own end of the deal, of course. After getting out of my camouflage, I thanked the mouse and gave him the enormous amount of cheese I had promised him. Wouldn't that much cheese be way too heavy for a single mouse to carry? Turns out the mouse was actually a wizard after all. Had some sort of dimensional pocket he could store it all in. I'm sorry. My laugh is so annoying. And I 100% recognize that, especially when I do a full-on guffaw head back laugh. It's so bad. Disappeared with the cheese and just left his ridiculous hat with me. Bit me for a while before I could ask him why he hadn't said something sooner about the whole wizard thing, you know? Ah, a typical mouse with a wizard hat. I see. I prefer the detectives, personally. Hey, good movie. Me too. Afterwards, I thought I was in the clear, when suddenly I felt something breathing heavily right behind me. When I turned around, I was looking right into the scaly eyes of a wyvern Chimera. Apparently, it had wanted to know where the wizard would take his leave, so that it could move to a more secure spot. Thought I was about to be smoke. But apparently Baba was right. They do like a good ruse. So it wasn't mad? Nope, it was amused. Impressed even. We all... I don't know if any of you just saw this, but our bird friend up here, I think, just pooped on the floor. How many times has he done that? I might be crazy. I briefly saw it in the corner of my eye. Rude. In return for making its week, it let me live and left me with some strange words. Strange words. Stranger than a talking dragon head? I mean, that's kind of what dragon heads do, right? Not sure. Maybe they do typically speak in prophecies. Prophecies? That's what it said it was giving me. It said, hope will fall and hope will rise. A hero will tether its final tread, burying the past and keeping the dead. Sounded like a bunch of thunder to me. How blasphemous. Didn't say it wasn't real, but why do they gotta make these things so cryptic? 'Cause they find it entertaining. Ain't no one got time to interpret this kind of stuff. That's the thing with prophecies. No need to interpret them. You'll realize exactly what they mean soon enough. What hero do you think it was talking about? No clue. I bet it's you. I ain't no hero. I think you might be, Lynn. You know what would be very heroic of you? What? If you brought that saliva to Kyle the vampire, I'm sure his happiness about finally being able to walk in the sun again will be extraordinary. Too lazy to go yourself? My domain is merely my tavern. You're much more likely to run into him. Fine. Might as well. Guess I owe that leech a thanks for providing me with this strange adventure. Did you have fun? It was. Fun? Yes, I'll admit it. It was fun. Just wish I could tell my Baba all about it. But you make a good stand-in and keep. Thank you. I try. Now, any of you happen to know where I can find this vampire? Last saw him at the Gaia Temple. The priest might know where he went. I know where he wanted to go. I overheard him talking about it. Care to share? I want to trade it. The information, I mean. Oh, you're sneaky. For what? Can you teach me how to use a great sword? That's it? Sure thing. Right now? Is right now okay? I've got the time. It might take you more than one lesson, though. That's okay. I've also got time. It's a deal, then. I'll show you the basics, and you tell me where to find the vampire. Yippee! That is, if your assistant is alright with that. Don't care. Not my circus. Not my monkey. Yes, I say that all the time. Oh, whoever came up with this dialogue, I adore you so much. Okay, kiddo, let's go. Innkeep, can we use your front yard? Of course, go wild. Will do. Are you coming too, Mal? Are you really not going to question the name change? No, I'll stay here and have another drink. Okay, you can join us later. I can't wait to learn how to fight. It'll be so helpful for future adventures. Innkeeper, do you have any quests I could go on after this to practice my sword and stealth skills? Not yet, but I'm sure something will come in. Be patient. I promise I'll have a quest for you soon. I can't wait. I'm going to destroy any challenge with wits, stealthiness, and giant swords. Ha! I know you will. First, I gotta practice. See you later. I like her ambition. I like her naivety. Some would call it optimism. A waste of time. Delusions get you nowhere. You would know. Another drink, please. Same as before. Sweet and all. Coming right up. Jerk. It's gonna be really interesting to see where his story goes. I feel like we're gonna find out he's secretly like a very gentle, like sweet person on the inside. Those are my favorite characters. Alright. Oop, I forgot to do the thing. Hi, I can brain. 1, 2, 3. A little bit of this. And a little bit of this. Ding. Yeah, in the old Harvest Moon games, my favorite romance characters were always the one who came off kind of like mean at first. Not like bully mean, they're just like a little like off-put-ish. But then as you get to know them, they just become really kind of soft and sweet. And it was just they were shy the whole time. And it's so freaking cute. Some sweet optimism for my most pessimistic customer. Oh, you blushing? I see that little tinge right there. Are you happy? This is sweet enough to make me optimistic for future drinks. Wow, I'm proud of myself here. You should be. Was that a compliment? Was I right? So, Malachite. Just leave me to my pondering. Got it? Fable! Hiya, Innkeep. Hiya, Fable. I'm so happy to see the tavern looking healthy again, and you too. I'm sorry it took me so long to check in. That's all right. I hope the last 2 days weren't too hard on you. No, not at all. I was just very busy. A bunch of the Ashen Grove's trees got knocked over, and I spent a lot of time rescuing and leading group therapy sessions with the local wildlife. And of course, I had to check in on all the nearby settlements, too. See if they needed help with any damage after all of that. Did Uncle Dragon make it? Yes, the werewolf settlement took a bit of a hit, but everyone made it out okay. Mr. Dragon was making emergency soup when I arrived. I think he's a stress cooker. It's very nice of you to check in with everyone. I had to make sure everyone was okay. I used up a lot of my healing salves, but that's what they're there for. I'm not happy I had to use them, but I'm glad I was prepared. May I request something? Go ahead. Do you maybe have a drink in your repertoire that could assist someone in a situation like mine? Your drinks are powerful, I'd like something that would make me tougher while also replenishing my social energy. I think I'm all done with helping out now, but a drink like that would be a real game changer in case something like this happens again. I don't think I have a recipe for that yet. But don't worry, I've already got an idea. Ooh, even without a drink, I'm sure. Oh, that's so cute looking. So it's a lot of defense, a lot of charisma, a little dexterity. Wait. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. So we're going to have to use an infusion for this one. Because this is more than 5 shots, I think. Well, they weren't mad about it, at least. Though I sort of feel like people aren't really as concerned as I thought they'd be. When I saw the stars fall, I thought for sure the world was going to end. Yes, I recall. You were right that it wouldn't, of course. But I thought that people would be a little more freaked out by the lack of a night sky. But everyone just seems to be okay with it. I asked one of my sisters about it, and she said, "Who cares? Some wide-eyed adventurer will surely put them back at some point. Let's worry about replanting these tomatoes." Tomatoes. My mother's tomato plants are doing very well. I might make soup this week if it's not too hot. I don't even know if you could put them back. You can never put back what's lost. But you can always replace it with something new. Ugh. I'm not sure that you can replace the stars, or if you should approach loss that way. It's all a matter of perspective. I wouldn't mind a bunch of trees up in the night sky for a change. Right, but it still would be much nicer if some things would just stay the same. They never do. The only constant in the world is change. I'm just happy everyone is okay. Did you check on Lynn yet? She should be hacking my terrace to pieces outside. I did! Outside. On your definitely not hacked up terrace. Just out of curiosity, do you own any wood glue? It was nice to see that she's okay too. I was a little worried she would just leave and never talk to me again. So it was nice watching her train Melly with so much enthusiasm, and to catch up a bit. That too. She tried to rope me into their great sword training. Did you accept? I'm not really a sword kind of elf, but it was fun to watch her teach Melly. She's very sweet. Which one, Lynn or Melly? And I was just relieved to see Carolyn doing all right. And she was relieved about Mr. Dragon. And about you, I'm sure. Maybe. To celebrate our well-being despite the absurdity of this world, how about a drink? I would love a drink. Can I try out that new one I requested? 1,000 Winds, was it? In case I run into more people in need of help on my way back? I'm sure I'll find just the right thing. Alright, I think I'm going to need an infusion. This one does intelligence. Strength. Okay. Negative intelligence. No. How much is defense? I think one of these? Ugh. And then we're gonna go with 1, 2, 3. No. 2. And 3 of this. Yeah! What does this do again? I don't... Hold, please. What does this do again? Inhumanly fast. Ding! What was that? It didn't ding. It made like a foghorn. A breezy drink inspired by you and your kindness. Thank you. Your drinks are still the highlight of my day. She makes the best drinks, right? They're okay. Rude. Really? Do you actually think that? Or is this a thing where you just don't want to be nice? People seem to do that a lot for some reason. Oh, she's got you down, dude. Almost had a different word. Probably shouldn't. Yeah, weren't expecting to get called out like that, were you? They taste good. As good as things can taste when you're, me. Well said. Thank you. Yeah, how'd that taste? Like vinegar? By the way, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Fable. I'm an elf and a ranger, and I come here a lot. They are also an incredibly courageous and capable hero. That's not true. Not yet. I'm working on it. Being a hero, I mean. Why? Because I dream of adventure and all the wonderfully exciting things it can bring. And I want to help people. Why? Why not? I'm Malachite. Oh, we're sticking to that name for now? Oh, you're Mal. I mean Malachite, obviously. Mally just talked about a Mal. She said they, or I guess you, are very cool. And her new friend, she sounded very happy about it. We're not friends. She just won't leave me alone. Oh, okay. Then why do you spend time with her if you don't like her? That sounds really mean. She keeps following me. And you take her along? Not by choice. I don't know you well enough to judge the truth behind all this. But I think you should be honest with her and with yourself. Honesty goes a long way. I also believe that thing in Zoford can be fixed with honesty as well. You mean the missing familiar? I heard several familiars are missing, actually. And I believe with so many mages and familiars present, someone is bound to know something. But maybe they're just scared to face possible consequences for their honesty. Rumor unlocked. Good lord. So many rumors. That one, that one. Okay, we don't have a third one. I wonder if it has to do with our stranger friend. Sounds like Zoford is going through an eventful time. Thank you for letting me know. I'll keep an eye or two out for future developments. Zoford isn't very far from here, is it? Not too far. It's in eastern Fisoa and is, to my knowledge, the biggest harbor town the Republic has to offer. I can only recommend its many summer festivals. Very pretty fireworks. Why? Does it sound like something up your alley? No, not mine. But Melina is seeking her first quest. Maybe this could be something for her. She needs to practice her skills outside of risk-free theory. Good idea. I'll see if I can reserve it for her. Sorry for asking, but first quest? I thought Melanie just turned 10. Isn't that a bit young for quests? No, I was a similar age when I ventured out on my first quest. The one with the horrifying nightmare creatures? Yes. Oh, that's sad. No, that's cool. No, I think that's a little sad. Children shouldn't have to face such danger that early. Why not? It's always there. Might as well confront them with it when they're young so they can accept its existence in their lives. That's an insane thing to say. Just because the world can be horrible doesn't mean we should confront children with the fact as early as we can. It's already bad enough that us grown-ups have to deal with it so much. Why should they just accept it if we can make the world a better place for them instead? Yes, Fable! Snaps for Fable. I mean, when you were on a quest with, and I quote, horrifying nightmare creatures, weren't you scared? Wouldn't you have preferred not to be alone? It builds character. No. No. None of your trauma nonsense. A character that thinks we should put other kids in miserable situations sure did a lot of good for you there. Weren't your parents worried to death about you? You got enough rumors to make a quest yet, Innkeeper? Not yet. Give me another day. People are so busy talking about or ignoring all that star debris, they're losing sight of the important things. Like feeding me new information. Is that very nutritious for you? No, but it's fun. In that case, the fun I can provide in a day is running out. Unfortunately, the horrors of this world do not stop chasing me, nor anyone else. I shall take my leave. Good luck. See you around, with less horrors, I hope. Now I'm worried. About Malachite or Millie? Both. Are you really going to send her on that quest? If she wants to go, but I don't think you have to worry about it that much. Zilford is a beautiful city with a very low crime rate. I think she can handle a couple of rowdy familiars. And I doubt she'd be going alone. I hope not. There's little worse than being alone when you're scared. Very true. Are you scared of anything? Bad Yelp reviews. I don't think you have to be scared of that. You make the best drinks in all of Asteria. I think as long as you like my drinks, I'll be okay. You've got my 5 stars in the bag. Oh my god, she's so cute. Oh, I adore you, Fable. I would ask what you're afraid of, but the answer would be everything? Is it? Yes, but I'm working on not letting my fear stop me. I might not be able to avoid feeling afraid, but I can always just do things when scared. Rather than not at all. Maybe. That is still a terrifying thought. How do you handle situations you're afraid of? I used to have a terrible habit of just walking away from things that scared me, but with the right people by your side, staying becomes less of a crushing weight on your shoulders. You realize that even if things aren't perfectly comfortable, they are still worth experiencing. That sounds lovely. I've never seen friends of yours around the tavern before. Maybe you should invite them over sometime. Perhaps. Though one of my friends is sitting right now. Where? Wait, are they invisible? Oh, you mean me. That makes me really happy. Also makes me feel pretty bad about having to go back home. Don't worry, go home. Fix the many things that worry you. As long as you come back. Always. I'll see you tomorrow, Innkeeper. See you tomorrow, my friend. All right. Closing up for the day. Oh, that's so fun. Ooh, we have another rainy day. So cozy. Alright, but this is where I'm going to end today's episode. Words. I can words. Hopefully I will see you back here. As of right now, I have started scheduling the videos to be posted. By the time you see this, a bunch of videos should already be out. So feel free to comment any advice. I know the sound in some of my videos has been a little off. I'm still figuring out settings for this mic. But anyway, until next time, make good decisions out there. Bye.